Today we are taking the stereo out of a 2004 Toyota Sienna. We see the stereo in shop for the CD changer jammed and several other problems. There is a reset process you can go through before thinking about sending it in for repair. Try disconnecting the battery for 5 or 10 minutes and hooking it back up. This may reset the changer, bring it back to working. Otherwise, this is one we're going to have to see in the shop for repair. Well, let's get started. We're going to start on the left side wood grain panel and gently pry the edge of the bottom of the panel up. It'll release all the way up and remove it. These clips all release with pry pressure. We can pull this panel to the side. It's not necessary to disconnect it. And we're going to move over to the right side, do the same thing, pry the bottom of the wood grain looking panel up. This releases the clips, and we're going to pull that panel back and set it to the side as well. This will give access to the stereo. There are 4 bolts that need to be removed. One is on the top left. This is a 10mm bolt. Next, we're going to remove the lower 10mm bolt. And we're going to move over to the right side and remove the top 10mm bolt. This removal guide also gives you access to the tweeter that's up in the center of the dash. If you have problems with that, we have seen the tweeters bad as well. So at the same time you could get access to the stereo and the tweeter. Then we're going to remove the 4th mounting bolt, 10mm, at the bottom right of the car stereo. We've noticed that all these dashes tend to come in and they're all cracked all the way across the dash. Next we're going to pry the back edge of the tweeter panel up, and this will release and allow the car stereo to release. And here you have access to 2 10mm bolts on this tweeter to remove and replace if you're having problems with it. And then we're going to pull the stereo from the dash. This will give access to all the connectors that are at the back of the stereo here. We're going to start with the antenna connections. There are 2. Grasp the cable and pull it out. There's a mini and a regular. We can see because of the red Scotch locks on the wire harness here that some external audio device has been added to this car in the past. These connectors all have triggers on them, and you squeeze the trigger on them and it allows the connector to be removed. And for a better look here, we've got a trigger at the bottom of the connector. Squeeze it in, and same with the remaining connector. And sometimes if you're having difficulty remove them, push them back in. And we'll try that again. I'm going to use a little pry tool because this one's being a little difficult. Push down on it to remove it. There we go. Now, looking at all these connectors, they are all different and they're keyed, so they only fit one specific spot in the radio. Again, these connectors all have triggers on them, and if you look closely at the triggers, the trigger on these gets pushed down into the connector and it releases. This is how you remove the stereo from a 2004 Toyota Sienna. Hope this video has been helpful. Thank you for watching.